All right, today we're going to dive into a classic brain teaser, one that seems totally impossible when you first hear it. It's called the three-bulb enigma.
So think about this. How do you find an answer you literally can't see? I mean, what do you do when the solution is locked behind a closed door? This puzzle, it's all about learning to gather information in a whole new way, using a lot more than just your eyes.
Okay, so the setup here is basically a classic locked room mystery. But, instead of finding a culprit, our job is to uncover a hidden connection.
So I want you to picture this. You're standing in a hallway, and right in front of you, there's a single closed door.
Now, behind that door, where you can't see them at all, there are three light bulbs. Just regular old light bulbs. We can call them bulb A, B, and C for now. And out there in the hallway with you are three light switches. Now, here's what you know for sure. Each switch is wired to exactly one of those bulbs. The problem? The wiring is a total mystery. You have no idea which switch goes to which bulb. And this is the kicker. This is the master rule that makes this whole thing so tricky. You can flip those switches all you want right now, but you can only, and I mean only, enter that room one time. The second that door opens, your time with the switches is over. Game on. Okay, so why does this feel so impossible at first? Well, it really boils down to the limits of what you can see. So what makes this so tough? I mean, what's your first instinct here? You'd probably do the most obvious thing, right? Let's walk through that and see why it doesn't quite cut it. All right, so let's say you play it simple. You think, okay, I'll just flip one switch on. You flick switch number one up, leave the other two off, and you open that door. You peek inside, and great, one bulb is on, so you know for sure that switch number one goes to that bulb. But, and this is a big but, the other two bulbs are both off. You're just standing there looking at them. You have absolutely no way to tell which one is for switch 2 and which one is for switch 3. And just like that, you've lost. Puzzle over. See, here's the fundamental problem. The only information you can see is whether a bulb is on or off. It's binary, right? That only gives you two states. But you've got three switches you need to identify. You're missing a piece of the puzzle. You're one crucial bit of information short.
So to get that third piece of information, we have to think differently. We need to find a clue that's, well, invisible. And this right here is the aha moment. This is where the real genius of this puzzle kicks in.
The trick is, you have to stop thinking just about light. The whole puzzle is designed to trap you into this binary mindset that on and off are the only two things that matter. But there's another property of a light bulb that we're totally forgetting. And that property is heat. Heat. That's it. That's the invisible clue. It's the one piece of information you can't see from the hallway, but that you can absolutely feel once you're in the room. And the science behind this is super simple, right? An old-school incandescent bulb, they're actually really inefficient. When they're on, they create two things: light, which you can see, and heat, which you can't. And that heat, it sticks around for a little while even after you turn the light off. Okay, so now that we know about this invisible clue, how do we actually use it? Well, we can come up with a foolproof plan, an algorithm that uses heat to create a third, totally unique state for one of those bulbs. All right, here's your plan of attack. Step 1, flip switch number 1 on. And just leave it. Wait a couple of minutes, let that bulb get nice and warm. Step 2, now flip switch number 1 back off. Step 3, immediately, and I mean right away, flip switch number 2 on. And now without hesitating, you open that door and go into the room. Okay, you're inside. Remember, you've only entered once and you can't touch those switches again. But guess what? The hard part's already over. All the prep work is done. Now it's just a simple game of observation. Because you followed that specific plan, you've actually created 3 completely different states inside that room. You've got one bulb that's on, you've got another bulb that's off but warm, and you've got a third bulb that's off and cold. Each one has its own unique signature. So let's break it down. You walk in, the bulb that's currently lit, easy. That one's connected to switch number 2, the one you just turned on. Now for the other two. You carefully go up and feel them. The one that's off but still warm to the touch, that has to be connected to switch number 1, the one you left on for a few minutes. And that just leaves one bulb left. The one that's off and totally cold, well, by process of elimination, that has to be the one connected to switch number 3, the one you never touched at all. And there you have it. Just like that, with only one entry and a little bit of clever out-of-the-box thinking, you've cracked it. You've successfully figured out which switch goes to which bulb. Puzzle solved. You know, the real takeaway here is pretty cool.
The solution wasn't some complicated formula or anything. It was just about recognizing a basic physical property, heat, that was literally there the whole time. We just had to think beyond what we could see.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought, right? This puzzle, it's a great metaphor for problem solving in our own lives. It really makes you wonder, what other invisible clues are we missing every single day just because we're so focused on looking for the obvious answers? Thanks for diving into this one with me.